Well, in a world where artificial intelligence is now reality, a Kuwait news outlet has now unveiled an AI-generated virtual news presenter, AI news anchor. It debuted on its Twitter account as an image of a woman with light-colored hair. She's wearing a black jacket, a white T-shirt. She's called Feda, which refers to silver. Here she is.
أنا فضة. أول مذيعة في الكويت تعمل بالذكاء الاصطناعي في مؤسسة كويت نيوز الإعلامية. ما هي نوعية الأخبار التي تفضلونها؟ لنسمع آراءكم.
I don't like her. That's just me. I got my own reasons. Deputy editor with the outlet, Abdullah Bakhtain, says this is a test of AI's potential to offer, quote, new and innovative content. He also says Feda could even adopt the country's accent, present news bulletins on the site's Twitter account, which has 1.2 million followers. Joining us this morning, Michael Kaczynski, Associate Professor in Organizational Behavior at Stanford University's Graduate School of Business. Michael, hey there, thanks for being with us. Okay, so I'm being sort of facetious when I say I don't like her. I mean, she's threatening my job as we speak. She is in Kuwait. What concerns you, though, about this technology in a world where disinformation has become such an issue?
Well, she's threatening my job as well. As a teacher, I'm going to be replaced too. I think one more thing that should be added is that she doesn't need to air on a national TV. She can speak with every single member of the audience separately and then adjust the message to suit them the best. Now, this has huge advantages, like we use slightly different language. We have different interests, different levels of understanding of different issues. So now having an anchor, a TV news anchor, delivering news just for us would be amazing. And I think people would choose it over national TVs. Oh. But then, of course, there's a downside to it, like we would live in increasingly separate information bubbles.
So how does the technology work, Michael? I mean, how does she receive and then output all of this information and make it specific for people?
Well, that technology is actually very simple. It's a combination of a computer game where you have animated characters with a chatbot similar to GPT-4. Now, by having this computer game character say whatever the chatbot outputs, you get a TV news anchor.
So there are a lot of people who think this technology is moving too fast. Even tech executive and Twitter CEO Elon Musk, he's asking for a pause in AI, citing a risk to society. Do you think that's a valid concern, given the fact that AI is now in so many of our different industries and growing?
Well, if you're Elon Musk and just have developed the most popular and most powerful AI on the planet, it just makes sense to ask everybody else to stop their research on their projects. But more seriously, I think it's very difficult to imagine that we would have a global pause in AI research. Even if we stop researching it in particular country, like Italy recently banned ChatGPT, the research will continue in other places. And the fact is that it's so empowering and so life-changing to many individuals. It's so great for many companies and for governments as well, that it's essentially extremely difficult to imagine a world where we would be able to stop progress in this field. So I would say that we should rather focus on trying to figure out how to navigate this rapid progress in AI rather than trying to beg others to stop researching it. They probably will not.
Right. And we've seen it happen before in places like China, and people can come to their own conclusions why having an AI news anchor in a place like China right now would be problematic. But in terms of, a situation where there's breaking news, how does the AI then convey that information as news is coming in and react to it? Are there any challenges with that technology in the moment when things are happening, which is such a big part of our job?
Well, I think that's an important thing to remember is that those chatbots that we have experience of, like ChatGPT-4, for example, they are not trained to tell the truth. They're not trained to stick to the facts. They are improv artists. They were trained to make up stories. And some of those stories happen to be close to reality, but once again, the chatbot was not trained to stick to the facts, which creates certain risks, because I think that people who use this technology automatically assume that whatever the chatbot says must be true, or at least must be what chatbot believes. Well, chatbot doesn't believe anything. It was just trained to make up stuff and make it sound engaging and interesting. It was trained on sci-fi stories, right? So we cannot really demand that it's going to always stick to the reality. But the fact is that there's nothing, between us and OpenAI or another company training models that will be incentivized to stick to the facts a bit more.
All right. Well, the future is now, and if you're telling it what news you want to receive, it's going to give you what you're asking for, and then it, I think, further complicates what information people are receiving and how they think. There are big implications, even tougher to regulate. We're out of time. Michael Kozinski, thank you for being with us this morning. We'll watch this as it develops, and in my opinion, it can stay in Kuwait for the time being. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, still ahead.